Hello everyone, it's Gunther, Nose Games, and I am back. So, here we are. Cleaning this treehouse that'll soon be clean, and not be a nightmare to deal with like it has been. I guess we'll see. But I can foresee this being kind of annoying. Maybe we do get the floor sooner than I thought. Just because I can see it being at least cathartic to me to get that out of the way. Just at least in the sections we're hitting. On the plus side, it seems like everything here is pretty much like a couple of sprays away from being just cleaned. So that is at least a major plus. Let's hop over the... Oop, that's the beam. That's all the way down there. Let's see how the green does here. Not terribly, not great, but you know what? It's something. You can already see a little bit of sections I'm missing, but it's fine. Alright. Yeah, I'm already feeling like this is a lot. But I think it's really just the... As of before, the problem I may have taking things on is just the way to break out the work. It's like, it looks more daunting than it really is. Which I think could be part of why I'm having like a, oh my goodness, what's going on? You might, while I'm going through this, see a bunch of other stuff coming from the channel. And this is like, I can already tell that PowerWash is going to be like an endeavor to get through all the campaign of. It's a fun endeavor though. But I'm probably going to throw some other stuff on the channel, just to like, you know, have it in here. Like, I know I have to keep talking about doing a multiplayer Zomboid thing, but like we haven't like figured out the full logistics of it, because like I have to help my wife clean up her area, and then we have to figure out how we're going to kind of do the audio. Because we didn't really think about the full fact that we're in the same room, so gonna have to figure out how that would work. We were like do a Discord or call or something to like actually get the audio, but I don't know if it's gonna like pick up twice or how that's gonna work, so bear with us. We will test it first before just putting it out there, and hopefully it works. And I might be able to con her into helping me clean some stuff in PowerWash Simulator if that's the case. But we'll see. That did semi-convince her into getting Diablo, so we're both like considering it now. As much as I had some problems with the beta that they just put out, the 2 betas I should say, I did overall enjoy it, and I see myself sinking a lot of time in Diablo. It's kind of my grind. I like semi-grindy loot games that are feel fun. It just really counts on how they do the balancings. I know from what I played in the beta, some of the classes were they felt very underpowered. But none of it's been like a concern across the board, so I'm not like preaching a new thing there. But I think we'll see. It's also going to be tinkering, because a lot of times like some classes in games will feel like crap to start, and then someone will like figure out like a meta build for them, and then you're like, wow, that actually makes them good. But I think it also comes down to like if you have to make a meta build or like go super heavy to make a character class or so seem good and viable, does that inherently mean the class there's a flaw in the system? Basically, like, is the problem then that it is so like not apparent? Because I know Diablo 4 is going for like a more, not gonna say actually I can say it, it's like going for a more casual audience than I would say like Path of Exile, which I've tried, which is fun, but like a lot of people get lost. They leave the game once they get to like the progression system that you get into, because it's like, honestly, I saw it and I was like, this is a lot. This is daunting. And the reason I kind of stick with Path of Exile too heavily is because I know a lot of people playing with me, and it was kind of a... Honestly, I think that's sort of the major point, because I could see myself... I mean, you can have fun with your friends doing anything, but I think for me, with that, with the intricate systems and kind of going through, I was like, I'm not super enjoying this as heavily. Whereas, like, a few of my friends are, like, really into Diablo, or we've convinced them to get into Diablo. So, that's also been a plus. I feel like it's an easier game to convince people into. I did convince some of my friends to get into Monster Hunter World a while back, and then we played that for a while, but, like, that fell off. Well, we fell off of it, not the game fell off. I really do want to go back to Monster Hunter. Like, I actually am also trying to convince her into getting to play Rise on PC. But we'll see how that goes as well. I am not very good at Monster Hunter, I will say. I just really enjoy playing it. I am one of the Charge Blade boys. I love the weapon. I forgot what I played before that when I first got in Monster Hunter, which is like a funny story that I'll get into one day. But I feel like I never felt a class that stuck with me. And then when they put the Charge Blade in, I think maybe in 3 generations or so, I skipped a couple. That's when I was like, yeah, this is it. So I originally started like in the PS2 days, and then stopped for a long time because they weren't really bringing them over to America for a lot, and it was only the PSP imported, then it went to 3DS for a little bit, and I think that's when I tried to get back in. But then I kind of problems that some of the controls felt a little, they weren't great, but they weren't bad, but they weren't great. And I feel that the way that World and Rise seemed to be, at least when I played the demo for Rise, it seemed like the controls are in a way better state, especially on World, I can at least say, though. Controls feel like they're in a much better state across the board for classes. Hunting Horn is another class I really wanted to get into, but that one is a bit... They made it better, so it's not as daunting, because you have to remember, like, before you used to remember your songs by, like, memory, but now they put them on the screen. But I just never got too heavily into it, just because, like, I used to play a lot of solo at some point, so Charge Blade just felt better for me for that. I feel like Hunting Horn did feel like it was more of a supporting role, which, I mean, it's kind of what it's supposed to be, somewhat, but it is also, like, basically a hammer class. But with a Charge Blade, I felt like I could just, like, kind of thwomp things, and that would get me the win. And as long as I thwomp them hard, if they could thwomp me, I'd be fine. And I feel like with the Hunting Horn, you could probably do that, but I just didn't get it as much. Plus, like, when you get a charge hit off with the Charge Blade, you really just... I don't know, man. It's like a good sound or good feel. There's certain, like, game sounds that, like, I really enjoy. Like, if you play Smite, Gilgamesh's kick, when it hits someone to a wall, that crunch noise is... Oh, it's the greatest. Like, that is actively my, one of my favorite sounds to hear. Except for when it's, happening to me. That's genuinely when it's not the greatest thing. But here I am, trying to distract myself from the fact that I am not even, like, halfway through cleaning all this dirty floor. But, you know what? We're getting there. Let's move this again. And I think I'm gonna grab the scaffolding to get the outside of this thing and just get that out of the way. And then all we have to do is, like, the lower floors. I'm honestly curious if it's smarter to just kind of tackle all of the outside all at once, like the outside of these parts, or just do it floor by floor and just do it section by section. I might do it section by section, as I said before, it makes my life easier, or at least processing how to do it. As you can understand, I'm, like, not super doing a great job at the fencing right now, but that's mainly because when I come at it from the scaffolding, that's when I'm gonna really get into these sections and making sure they're thoroughly cleaned. Because otherwise I'm gonna end up, like, hitting it from different angles and trying to get, like, the perfect clean when it's really gonna be mainly determined on how much I clean on the other side. Because the game is generally kind about some of this. And they might even also be... Oh, wait. We actually have enough for an upgrade. Let's go to shop. Equipment. The thing I want is this. Okay, so it's 900. And the extra one is 1,200. Okay, so actually, no. We'll save up. Because once I get that bottle to spray chemicals down, I can use that on some of the harder to do parts. I don't know if I know it lifts, but I don't know if it like also makes it easier to clean. Kind of like in real life, how you let that stuff just sit there for a while, and like kind of help you get rid of a lot of that dirt. I don't know if that's how it works, or if it just says, "Hey, it's trying its best right now." Also, I did want to check out some things. I kept talking about it. Nope, not menu options. Is there a ray tracing option? Graphics, frame rate display, all this fun stuff. Washing. Oh no, I didn't want to turn that off. I want to turn that, keep that on. So no, there. Unless I'm blind, there is not one, which is not a problem. I was just kind of curious. Like, I don't need that to like enjoy the game. I'm already enjoying it thoroughly. But I was kind of like, oh, I'm curious if they have that, because I feel like this would be an interesting game to have that in because of how clean some of this stuff gets and like how shiny it is. But I feel like ray tracing is like it's not a need, but I feel like it's people's like go-to for like, is this game good or not? And it's like, it's really not really that much of a deciding factor. To me, at least. I'd prefer like general quality and frame rate versus does this game have like ray tracing or nonsense on it for reflections? Because the problem I normally have is like, I can be a little bit of a graphics snob, but I'm also like, if it doesn't look good, who cares? Sorry, if it doesn't run well, I should say, not look good, because that goes back to the other problem. Because like, who cares if you're running something and it looks like 4K, but then it's like 30 FPS or something, or 10, dropping into the lower digits. Granted, I have like came from console. Well, I still play on console, so I'm a bit like jaded as to that. Because on console, you're used to a flat 30 FPS for most things, and then sometimes you'll get a little bit to tweak settings, but most times not really. But you do kind of miss out on a lot of things that could help make the game look a bit better. The limitations of the console itself. I am not one is better than the other. I think it really just all comes down to like your own personal preference, really, and how much costs you have. Because like, for me, building a PC was kind of hefty of a price, but I enjoyed doing it because I'm like really technical about a lot of stuff. I can't fully tell you what every part does and like what parts to fully upgrade, so don't come to me for PC advice, but I do know, like, generally speaking, I like the fact that I can kind of tune it to work the way I want it to work. Uh-oh. Wait, is this the shorter scaffoldings? I don't want this one, actually. I want the other one. I can't jump. Oh, there we go. Let's just put this down. Because the one I want is this one. Yes, okay. Yeah, I can't generally speak as to like what parts do, which parts you should upgrade, but I can say that I do enjoy that. I can kind of semi-future-proof my stuff, where my PC's been lasting me a very long time, and outside of needing a memory update recently, just I kind of cheaped out on memory before. I haven't had to do heavy lifting in regards to upgrades. I did get a new graphics card at one point, which was, you know, hard, because it was like when it was hard to get them, but I did not want to pay scalper prices at all. But generally speaking, like, the upgrade cycle for a PC is a bit more generous than the upgrade cycle for consoles, and you have a lot more controls and mods and stuff like that, which is fun. But for someone who's like, I want my game bare bones or as it is, and I enjoy that and can play with my friends that are already on that, I definitely see the overall benefit to it. Plus, some people, as I said, are not technically speaking, like, not technically savvy, and I can also see how much it would suck to like have to circumvent issues and stuff, because I've had friends who built a PC and immediately just like things are going to shit, and you're like, how do I fix this, and this? And like, it makes it harder. For me, it's also my work machine, so making sure I'm not making it unusable for anything else is also a need. Okay. I am definitely missing something to get this scaffolding done. Does it count into this part? probably... Okay. I feel like I should, if I'm gonna count, I have to do the bottom of this crap too. But I will probably say the bottom overall for one section. I mean, it looks like it cleans really fast, actually. Missing link fact. They're sometimes called Bigfoot because of their one big foot, kind of like a bear's. The other one's small, like a cat's. Found, oh, it disappeared. Sorry, I was trying to read what my cat is. Oh, you probably heard her just now. She likes to just like pop up here sometimes. Generally just sit on either my mouse or something and then yell at me for sitting on, like trying to use my mouse while she's sitting on it. If you have pets, you will understand the plight of trying to do anything with them around. They are adorable, but they are also like, I want all the attention all the time. And with cats, the fun part is sometimes they want all the attention, and sometimes they want none. And it'll go between each other relatively quickly. Alright. Get this. I wish there was an easier way to do this, because it feels like I'm gonna have to keep moving the scaffolding around down here to get these parts. And I feel like I might as well get some of this done while I'm down here. Okay, well, I fell. But I can at least say, yeah, this bottom part, as massive as it is, won't take a lot to clean. The main problem will just be how massive it is. This washer is honestly just the best one. Like, obviously, the best one in regards to, like, upgrades, but it's also, like, just, that's amazing that I can just get all that crap this easily. You've seen, like, when I started out, the washer we had to use was, good, but it was serviceable at best compared to this thing. This thing is literally a beast. Okay. If you miss anything on this thing, we'll just come back to it, but I feel like they might be semi-generous. So I think we just hit as much as we can and just keep moving. Because I think we got a ton of the dirt on the other side. As you can see, the percentage is going down relatively well, so it's not like I'm doing nothing. I need to understand these birds pooped that thing at an angle. Like, I feel like that's very aggressive of them. I could see all the crap up here, because I didn't come up here for the banister, so that will do it. I only did it for some of these, not all. You can see the sun just beaming off of the thing over there. I might as well get the rest of these tops just to get it out of the way. Because that'll at least be one less thing to deal with when I'm going. Get that. The thing that sucks is I can't... Oh gosh. I just got it. Okay, there we go. I can't, like, place this thing while I'm up there, because then I could just, like, not have to do this annoying run up and down for, like, every couple seconds, basically. But it's fine. It could actually be worse. My sprayer could be, like, not cleaning at all. right. See dirt over there that I missed? That's a good thing, just beaming it from this far. Okay, cool. Upper deck railing complete. So what is this? The rim gel? I wonder if that's because I have to get all this other crap. That's probably what it is. Let's go over here. I might be able to get all this without the scaffolding, just because I can kind of cheese it from this side. Possibly not. The more I look at it, but we'll see. I mean, if I was doing this in real life, I would definitely be using the scaffolding versus this way. This is an easy way to get injured. Okay. Jump down here. Don't mind me on top of your grill. Okay. On the other side, we'll just hope that the game is generous about a lot of this. Probably will be. Not 100% sure. I wasn't looking fully, like I was kind of spacing out there, and I couldn't tell that moss was all just the bottom part. I thought that was like a tree or something I was seeing in the background. Like that's just how caked that thing is. Well, was. All right. I'm looking at a lot of these as future problems, not current problems. There we go. And then we'll go up here. We got this. They're still missing stuff on this upper deck thing, but the railings too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bring in the scaffolding to get those. Yeah, as you can see, like it's showing me a good amount of stuff that's missed. Oh, yeah, like I can see there's a ton of stuff that was up there. I didn't even do this side somehow. I didn't even like pay attention to it, which also explains why the percent was so high. There we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that was where it was, really. We could probably... Yeah, the white actually does fine here. Because most of this bottom dirt isn't really, like, sunk in. Is there like a small gap between those two sections? I think there is. Like between the wood at the very top and that, I think there's a small gap. Which would hinder cleaning a bit. Get the rest of that one. I'm gonna assume the one I'm missing is probably... Huh. I have to see it from a different angle to get it. I think... It's probably something I'd like get the scaffolding for. But it's fine. We're just gonna get as much done extra as possible. and then we can move on. Oh, goodness. This perfect line of dirt that I left. Yeah, I think there definitely is a line that's like space between that board and the top part, which is fine, obviously, but I just want to make sure I'm accounting for it. Because that is something I'd miss. Okay. Oh, because it counts that part. Duh. Okay. Yeah, so like, yeah, I thought I was missing some of it. Okay, that makes sense. See, I think next episode we finish the rest of this bottom. Or we save the bottom for last. I don't know. We'll see. But then we move on to one of these little sections below here. And I'm going to call it whatever I'm missing is definitely stuff like grab the scaffolding for and just re-tackle. Just because I don't think I can perfectly get everything. Without, you know, actually putting in some effort. Okay, wait one sec. I want to get at least this one. That's irritating me. Wait. Oh, it's clean. I am spraying at something that is already cleaned. Okay. That would explain why it wasn't giving me a ding. Yeah, look at this thing. Just, even though it is like super far, and this is only like the medium extension, I think, or the short extension, it still could just like get all that crap from that far. Like, I can be super lazy and not have to like go all the way over there. But now I have to move. I want to get that anyway. I cannot jump down. There we go. I mean, there's scaffolding right here. I might as well use it, right? Instead of just standing here looking at it. It's another ding. Yeah, I don't know if I was gonna stop, but like I've gotten sidetracked now at this point, and I'm like, I need to at least finish this whole section here because it's right in front of me. And this is exactly how you get sidetracked, doing one thing and end up doing everything but what you said. There we go. Oh, crap. That was not a procedural fall. I kind of just dropped on my own there. Okay, so let's get this last... Okay, please let me leave this last thing here. Then we can call it... Yeah, I think we're doing a bang-up job on this thing. But thanks again for checking me out. If you like it, please come back for more.